What's up everyone? Welcome to a new video here on the second channel. We are in Tenerife. Right behind me we have a beautiful flat water spot, and also behind me we have Lars, who normally is behind the camera, but today is going to be a little bit different because we want to update you guys a little bit on his progress over the last years. He's obviously my videographer slash editor. We've been working together since 3 years now.
I think a little bit more than 3, yeah.
Than 3 years. Lars is already preparing the gear right behind. And today we're gonna have a session together. And of course, because we're going on the water together, he can't film. Therefore, what we have here is the Insta360. He has one here right now, the X5. And this whole video is gonna be filmed with the Insta360. We're gonna take you guys on the water as well. And we have our microphones here, so we have some good sound along with the footage from the Insta360. Big shout out to Insta360 for supporting us. We are preparing right now the 7.4 for Lars and the 6.5 for me, because how heavy are you, Lars?
110 at the moment or something.
110 kilograms. I think maybe one of your biggest challenges in windsurfing and in fin windsurfing, right? To be so heavy.
Yeah, exactly. I always need a bigger sail, bigger board than most others.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be on the 6.5. I'm about 100 or more like 98 kilograms at the moment. So you're quite a bit heavier. That's why we give you the bigger sail. We have two medium boards. Both of them are 72 centimeter wide.
Sounds fair.
I'll be on my racing board. You'll be on my training board. And I hope you leave it in one piece.
I'll try to.
So for those of you who don't know what the Insta360 is, it's a 360 camera, as the name says, captures all around, and you can choose the frame later on. So right now we're tracking my face. It's automatically done in the app, super easy to edit. And we are using this camera all the time for on the water action. But as you can see, it also works pretty well for everything else. So if you do a city trip, if you're just vlogging, it works really well. And we want to give one of those cameras to you guys. So we are giving away an Insta360 X5 together with Insta360. Big shout out once again, super cool that they're so involved in windsurfing and what we're doing. All you need to do, subscribe to this channel, leave a comment down below. Let us know why you should have the Insta360 camera. The giveaway is going to be randomized. So I would say good luck with that. And I would say we get the boards and the sails ready and find out what you have been up to in the last years in windsurfing.
I started windsurfing roughly 4 years ago.
That was in 2021 then.
Something like that, yeah.
And
at the local lake at home, just once or twice a month.
And it's an artificial lake, no? Or it's a real
I'm
lake?
actually not sure.
Okay, but it's really small and
Yeah, it's really small. Like you have reaches of 200-300 meters max. And not super consistent wind.
And there you windsurfed every now and then whenever there was some type of gusty wind?
Yeah, whenever we had some wind, we tried to get out there, but it wasn't really that often.
So how often was that?
Once a month, twice a month, if it was a good month.
Okay, so once or twice a month in summer and winter?
Mostly in summer. Wasn't that hard back then.
You just had the shorty, yeah?
I just had a shorty back then. We can put the picture here.
Exactly.
Do you remember that one?
That's what I'm referring to. When we did our first session, it was like, I don't know, maybe the beginning of the spring, and it was like 5 degrees,
sort of.
Something like that, and he was with a shorty, and it was freezing cold.
Was
So,
all I had that time.
Yeah. But that's a good thing. Like you made it work with whatever you had, no?
Yeah, exactly.
And then step by step, I guess. Well, then we started working together.
From once we started working together, I moved to Kiel, and then it became more often. So it was way nicer, way more wind, way better spots.
On one hand, you were connected to better spots. On the other hand, you were much more into the sport all of a sudden, no?
Yeah, that of course. You know, I always be with like-minded people, be with you, get good tips and everything. That helps a lot.
To figure everything out for yourself is super hard, and of course, whenever you had a question, you just asked me, and you could get the info you need. Let's
say.
But also you put in a lot of effort. I know that you went training a lot and you practice hard and you really put yourself to it. And I think from that point, let's say from starting 2022, that's when you really started to get a lot more sessions in, no?
Yeah, roughly like 3 years ago now.
Okay, and at that point we actually made a video when we started, and you were starting to practice the jives, right?
That was an awful video. Well, it was fun, but look at this, it wasn't really that good.
Yeah, you came a long way. Let's rig the sails.
Let's rig the sails.
So after this 1 year on the lake, you were pushing full power, upgrading your gear, some of my old gear.
Mostly old gear.
Mostly my old gear. So you're training a lot on the fin, right?
Exactly, I've been doing a lot on the fin in the first years.
You've been training to jibe, right?
I think that's what everybody's doing, right? Get faster, get it planing.
And then about 1.5 or 2 years ago, so in 2023, end of 2023, you started to foil as well.
I got a foil setup also from you. Yeah, must be, I think it was in the winter. Not the best time to start foiling, I can tell you.
What was the motivation for you to start foiling anyways?
Well, I think I wanted more water time in the end, because like fin days, yeah, it's nice, but it can be so-so. And if you want to have more days on the water, you have to be foiling. So you can go in 10, 12, 15 knots.
Because how much wind do you need with 110 kilograms and your level on the, let's say your biggest fin sail is a 7.8, right?
7.8 is my biggest fin sail, and my board is 120 liters, 76 wide. I think I need around 20 knots to get going comfortable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of wind you need, so the days are rare that you can actually go.
Exactly,
right? Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. He's quite tall, like I'm about 190. How tall are you?
About 2 meters.
2 meters. That's why everyone watching the videos always thinks I'm short.
Because the camera is coming from here.
Camera's coming from the top.
Exactly.
And I think your foil journey is also quite successful so far.
I'm quite happy with it. I'm mostly foiling by now because it's easier, it's more days, you get more training in. That's why I'm mostly on the foil.
What do you prefer, fin or foil?
I don't know, because I love foiling, but I also, whenever there's time and I can go back on the fin, I really love it. So I'm really happy to be here. Actually, this spot, we're filming here since 3 years or something. I've never sailed here, and I'm super happy that I get to sail it now, because I've always been standing on the beach seeing this amazing flat water.
Yeah.
It's crazy, it's super nice.
It's really nice and flat. The only thing, it's a bit gusty. It's quite windy today, so I think it should work.
Should work. If it's flat, you can...
Let's give it a try. Actually, it's funny, we don't get many sessions on the water together.
Not really.
Whenever I'm windsurfing, he's filming. And whenever I'm not windsurfing, I'm, I don't know, resting, working on the computer, and then you're on the water.
And I'm on the water, yeah.
And we get few, like sometimes we do. And now I'm a bit injured. I injured myself yesterday, so we thought it would be a good idea to do an easy session together. So these are our Insta360 mounts. I have this one, which comes with a fly mount, and then this double heavy-duty clamp just to secure it, make it extra locked. Of course, I will secure it with a rope as well. And then Lars has the heavy-duty clamp on the tail end of the boom, which you don't really feel that it's there, so that's pretty good. And I have the one in the front. You need to take care of it in the jibes, but you get a bit of a nicer image. We will do an update video on the mounts sometime soon, so you know exactly how to use it and where to mount it. So hopefully I can give Lars a few useful tips today, but if you want some useful tips for your windsurfing, we are doing a collaboration together again with Insta360, where when you send us your Insta360 footage, I will review it on this channel. I will give you some tips to improve. So be sure to send us your Insta360 footage. We will put the link down below where to send it. Ideally, you send us the original Insta360 files. If you don't have them, just send us a ready-to-use video and we will have a look into it. Time for action. gets more wind. So he's really used to windsurfing on the foil now. And one of the great challenges of windsurfing is to adapt all the time to the different gear setup, different sail size, different board size. And especially coming from foil to fin, need to adapt a bit. On the foil, you really push down your butt to keep the sail under control. And on the fin, the gear doesn't create so much lift, which means that you don't need to sit your butt down so low. You can have your hip more up and generate more power through your body. Yeah? Did you break the mouth base? Mouth base, go ahead. Okay. We'll go sail upwind to get it for you. Look at this. This is supposed to be together, and mine just broke. I think Nico's going to sail back upwind to get a spare one for me, because there's no way of making it upwind with a broken base. Although I could sail back thanks to these straps here. Otherwise I would have been fucked like a kilometer out there. That's what we call team building. Give it a best shot. Thank you again. What do you think about the spot?
Well, it was insanely gusty. I think if you really power it up, it can be quite nice because it's really flat. It's super flat, which is nice, but
This spot you need to sail fully overpowered because you always have wind holds and you still need the power in the wind holds. So for you, even like with the A2 now, like this spot just needs to be windy. You see a lot of wingers here. They don't care much about the wind holds. They just
we
go.
said earlier with the foil, you don't care about holds.
Exactly. And then on top of that, you have this harbor behind us, but also they put this huge pile of dirt there, which is like they must have done that in the last days. It makes it even more gusty. But anyway, I mean, I think you can be proud of yourself that even after such short time, you're able to go with racing gear. I've seen you jibe. I know you can do planing jibes. Not every of them, like not every jibe.
Of course, not all of them.
But I think I see it's frustrating for you when it's so gusty. But I think you can still be proud of your level where you came over the years.
Thank you.
And I think especially on the foil, because when you were sailing in Lake Garda and there were some of the pro sailors and they were giving him compliments for how fast he is.
Oh, well, that was actually pretty fun. I was sailing with Matteo and Amato, and I think Daniele was there. And like a few days later, Nico sent me a message and said, Matteo texted me that you do quite good on the foil. And I was like, that was quite nice. And there my weight helps me a lot more because I can just sit in the harness, put the power on the foil.
And that's what I was saying earlier on the water, just adjusting to the different kind of gear. Now I see you sailing a lot with a foiling technique. whereas you would need to bring your hip a bit higher, make the harness lines maybe even shorter. On the foil you need them really long. So all this changing forth and back between disciplines and gear, that's really like something that I realized comes with experience, which you just need the years and the time on the water to get that. But I would say pretty good.
It was fun. It was fun anyway. Every day on the water is a good day.
Exactly. Well, if next time you want to see him on the foil, let us know, then we do another video with him foiling. Let's see if I can keep up with him anymore. And once again, big shout out to Insta360, because it's super fun when you're out with a friend and you can film each other, you follow each other, and afterwards you check back who did better, who did faster, or whatever. No, you did well, you did well. Let us know in the comments if you want to see Lars more often. Maybe we can take him out on the foil, because I think he will perform much better.
It's my better discipline at the moment, yeah.
Yeah. With that said, we see you guys in the next video. Ciao!